Hi, and welcome to the lesson. We're reviewing grade 4 math remote learning activities, week 2, day 2, perimeter and area. In this video, I'm going to give an overview of perimeter and area, and then in another video, I'll talk about some of these problems. So first of all, some vocabulary. Area is the measure of the amount of space inside of a shape. So area, you're looking at inside. That's the key. And back to typing. It's measured in square units. And I say units because it could be the measurement could be feet, could be inches, kilometers. It could be any type of units. So you have to stop and think about what units are being used in the problem. So now the formula for area is going to depend on the shape. But for a rectangle, which are working with in these problems, for a rectangle, the formula is the length times the width, which you can abbreviate as length times, and I use capital letters to make it clear. Usually those are in lowercase letters down. Perimeter, on the other hand, we're looking at the outside, and that's the key there, outside. And in perimeter, it's a measure distance around the outside of shape. And the formula, again, is going to depend on the shape. It's going to be different for a rectangle or a triangle or a, well, actually, there's another word for it if it's a circle. Focusing specifically on triangles now. But basically, you're adding up all the sides. But because in a rectangle, if you have you have 4 sides and 2 of them are you have 2 sets essentially that each are equal. So you can do 2 times the length. You're adding up all the sides, so you can do length plus plus width, or 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Sure that we are clear on exactly what we're doing. So let's take a look at kind of a simple example. Okay, I will make a rectangle. Let's just make it 2 units by 3 units. And again, we're just talking in terms of units. They could be inches, they could be feet, they could be centimeters, they could be miles. So we can represent any of those on we can represent any of those by drawing a picture. So 3 units, let's say they're feet. 3 feet, and we can count that. We've got 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 feet long, and then it is 2 feet wide. Again, we can count it 1, 2. So first of all, for area, we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our area equals the length times width. And that is 3 times 2, which equals 6. So the area equals 6 units, and this time it's feet, so square feet. And in this picture, it's a little bit light, but you can see what I mean by squares with the grids. They make squares inside. So this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, so this is 1 foot square. You have another foot square, you have another foot square. Now perimeter works the same way. I will go ahead and redraw the same shape so we can look at perimeter. So again, we've got our shape is 3 feet by 2 feet. And normally in these problems, there will only be 2 of the sides labeled. But you have to remember, if you're walking the perimeter, you're walking all the way around the outside. So that is the key, is to remember that even though these sides aren't labeled, we still have to include them when we're adding it, when we're finding the perimeter. So walking 3 feet, then walking 2 more feet, and then 3 more feet, and then 2 more feet. That's we go all the way around the perimeter. So that's going to be 2 times 3 plus 2 times 2, and that's going to equal 10 feet. Again, it's important to include those units. So that's the key, is that when you're walking the perimeter, you go all the way around. And this is a rectangle, so we know that this side, even though it's not labeled, is 2 feet because it's going to be equal to this side. Similarly, this side we know is 3 feet because it's going to be equal to this side. So if you have an irregular shape, they should tell you that by labeling them. But in all the problems we're working with now, or in today, I believe that they're all regular rectangles. So that's an overview of perimeter and area. If you have any questions about that, just generally, feel free to reach out to me or your homeroom teacher, and I will be reviewing some of the problems in another video. Thank you for coming to the lesson.